Ever since the day Mars began, Mars has been doomed. No, there will never be a planet Mars. That's the name reserved for places where human life, gravity, and culture reign. This is just bitter Aries. Like the stringy, inedible weeds that grow where nothing else does, Kratos' graces dug in and we can't get them out. The colonies are wrecked. The terraforming engines are broken. The gravity furnaces are out of control. There's no resources left on this planet, no strategic value. This planet doesn't even exist. It's an inert rock. There's no point in fighting. There's no need to fight. Chip cells can't keep you alive alone forever. And even if that was the case, we could leave tomorrow and claim victory. Most of the Memorial NSCS fleet already did. That's why there's barely any of us left, and why we can't get them out. What? Why don't I go home too? I leave all those idiots to just fucking die on the rock? What do you think we're doing this for? External communications sent on August 31st, 1978 by Memorial Foundation troops. Okay. It seems like, this is like a message that seems to imply that, yeah, actually the Memorial Foundation, they do want to, like, bring everyone back. They don't want them to just die out there, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. It's kind of like a war, but it's not a war? I don't know. Okay. Something else? Hey, it's not like we're idiots. We know we're doomed. This planet still doesn't fulfill the requirements for human life, and life is just a start anyway. But you know that gravity is something more important? You do understand celestial mechanics, right? Matter is made out of tiny particles, but enough of it exerts gravity that stitches the universe together. Culture is made of tiny humans, and enough of it together can decide what's real and what isn't. It's really quite fucked up that this is how decisions about humans get made. Enough humans can decide anything, and then it'll be true, even about what's human and what's not. They don't even have to wait for the deadline. They've already decided that any human without their fleet planet on Earth is in fact not a human. That's a pretty usual thing for humans to do. No differences of any kind need to exist. We'll just be aliens, and they'll send the real military after us and we'll die. But if we just hold the line here, for a princess to get through and make it to the moon, she'll open the gravity well and then we get to decide. Internal communications on January 25th, 1981 by Kratos Graces E. Ray. As by celestial mechanics. It's morning on Aries, but what's time in space? If we can get our capital ship launched and refueled, and the prototype retrofitted with the final equipment, we'll have everything in place. Keep out of the canyons of Mars where Kratos Graces and Memorial Foundation are bickering. Hold the city ruins against invading troops and make sure no one tries to set the oxygen ocean on fire while we refuel. It's a pretty thankless job, okay? So they were fighting in Mars, I guess. With me, I can't wait to see what happens. This is the most exciting space has ever been. Before we got here, this was a dead rock, but the best we could ever hope for was Earth in a different place. Who needs that? Or in the distance, the moon's gravity well shines. If no one controls it before the deadline is up, Earth will take drastic steps to ensure that humanity is not divided. What they're afraid of happening, we will ensure that it happens. We'll finally have something alien in space. Private Communications sent on January 26, 1981 by Celestial Mechanics Research. So maybe the implication is that these Celestial Mechanics, what they want, is like everyone to be divided, right? And then maybe that will like make sure that aliens somehow, just invade the universe or something, or people turn into aliens. I don't know, something like that. But that's their goal, I guess. Like Earth wants to like bring everyone together. The Memorial Foundation wants to bring everyone together. Kratos Grace, wants to find their own Earth, and everything. And Celestial Mechanics wants everyone to be divided, is the idea, I think. Day 3. Receiving report. Alert. Report not accepted. 2 errors detected. Error 1. A failure to explain why Celestial Mechanics ship cell, string of pearls, was not successfully apprehended. Error 2. A failure to explain why Kratos Grace's ship cell Chronicula was not successfully incapacitated. Please correct errors before proceeding. Yeah, and in both of those missions, we didn't really do what we're supposed to do, I guess. We just kind of let them go. Though I guess in terms of Carmacula, though, we probably, at least as Luna-Terra, probably wouldn't be able to like destroy it anyway. It's too powerful. Resubmit. Warning: no corrections submitted. Force resubmit. Generating new assignments. Penalty assignment: Sniper duty. Planet Ares, currently held by Kratos Graces. Purpose: preventing celestial mechanics refueling and egress. Penalty assignment: Sniper duty. Kratos Graces, held Planet Ares. Purpose: top secret. Take out Kratos Graces' prototype crew Macula on research assignment in Kratos Graces' territory. Okay. We're on sniper duty. Penalty assignments cannot be refused. Indicate you have understood new orders. Yeah. Ready for gravitational catapult. Prepare launch to inner solar system. That's our missions now. We gotta like snipe people, I guess. It'd be kind of, I don't know, maybe it's not the point of this visual. I think the point of this visual novel is not, the actual mecha combat. But it'd be kind of cool though, if you would actually add gameplay to this. Like maybe in the beginning you have some sort of like, just your pseudo RPG combat or whatever, nothing too complicated. And then during this missions, like a sniper mission, you would like, it's like a first person kind of like thing where you like, you target something and you shoot at it or something, and you can decide not to shoot, maybe, or something like that. Something more like I guess seamless, because that's what I don't know. Because it seems like this visual novel, the way you choose choices, it seems like you choose the narration, you choose the narrative. But I kind of like games where like you get to like decide, you can make a decision, but it's like it's within the universe, right? It's not like a narrative decision. It's not like an obvious decision, like kind of like do I go left or do I go right? That's also a decision, but like that's kind of like an arbitrary decision. What's more interesting, I feel like, is like, for example, like again, like if it's a sniper mission, you can choose, there's a target in front of you. Do you shoot or do you not? And you can simply, click the button to shoot, or you just wait for them to pass by, and even though I guess in the end it's still the same thing, but I don't know. It feels a little bit more immersive if that was the case. Anyway, Halibid 1. Leaked data packet, second generation pilot candidate interviews. H. Who's H? I have no idea. Why me? Well, because you're special. A special kind of child. And all children are special. That's true, they are. I'm not more special than those children. We think you might be. Special how? You're at the top of your class already at such a young age. We think that you might be able to do things that other children can't. My sister is better than me in all those things, and my aunt, Europa, when she was my age. We think you might be special in a different sort of way. Can you look at the box in front of you? Okay. Pass your hand over the box. Okay. Nothing happened. We're using an instrument to measure something that's very, very small, but moving it even so little that you cannot see it will be very important. How do I do that? You should not think about it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it, lol. I can't. I know you can. You can't. Your aunt and your sister could easily do as much, so you can do as much too. Oh, it moved. Did you get that? Yes, I saw it move. Literally saw it. Contact the director immediately. Okay. I guess H. I guess Halimid. Okay, that's Halimid? Is that person? I remember one of the emails was like from Halimid right here. But I don't know. Nope. It says Halimid 1. Is it Halimid the first? I guess the first one? No. Unified Culture Theory. Pre-install reference material. It's from a textbook, I guess. Memorial Foundation Introduction to Literature. Unified Culture Theory is a brute forcing of defined solutions for the universe through the forceful elimination of all other possibilities. The theory is attractive to those who desire a beautiful, simple, endlessly complex solution for the universe. In order to develop this theory, it needs to be a solution for the Nix aversion paradox, and which demands that anything not human exists in the inverse, or everse rather. I said inverse? No, everse. Eversion. The most compelling current premise for a unified culture theory under contemporary physical models involves a full integration of all available concepts, directed and established in such ways as to maximize benefit for humanity. This theory of everything speaks to the desire to know, understand, and master the universe while also incorporating a premise of universal love, happiness for everybody, free, and let no one be left behind. Unlike tyrants of old that crush alternate futures under their heels and only cause the existential energy to blossom, such a unified theory would welcome and forgive all humanity and direct to benefit all things that are and that might yet be. Weird. Okay. Again, I have this. I'm suspicious of the whole hive mind thing. It's like, oh, everyone, everyone is great. Everyone be happy. Let's all get together. And also, download our minds into this super AI, and they'll just control our brains forever or something. I don't know. And then we'll never have individuality ever again. Well, there's no missions here. I assume, we can just do both. Like last time. And they're like 2 sniper missions. Riffing the Earth, after her maiden voyage, Cradle Grace is testing the finishing touches on a terrifying crude mecha prototype. The chance for Luna-Terra to defeat their trump card, but will she close the rift between them instead, or will it only widen it deeper? And then certain snipers, so rest of celestial mechanics fleet. And let's go to comms. Enjoying your missions? More thrilling work than fighting the half-hearted troops left on Ares? Much, much more. I forgot what it was like to work this hard. I'm rusty. Are you unhappy of your progress? I don't know. Are you unhappy? I don't know. It's always been very hard to tell with you. Though I'm not sure if I can answer that question better than you. I've known you since you were freshly assigned to the first pilot wave. You were so delicate. And you've only become more delicate even as you become stronger. I didn't think you described me back then as delicate. I saw it very clearly. Though, the other executives thought you were a scrappy pain in the butt. You were just scared. There's no point. There's no point in pretending otherwise, you just see through it. I guess I haven't changed as much as I thought. Long ago, I saw a strong and delicate girl. I have worked hard to make you more and more of that, rather than simply cultivating your strengths. Understanding your weaknesses is needed to grow. Let me ask you again, and this time focus. Count backwards from 20. Remember a moment of comfort. I'll wait. Okay. Are you happy or unhappy? I don't know. Because I feel like I'm on the cusp of something. It's frightening, yet it could be something amazing. That's a real feeling. Good girl. Are you blushing? Anyone would. I feel even more embarrassed than I did back then. And that's an even better feeling to have. Hold on to that one. Okay, so weird. A lot of the conversations are just weird to me. Because I feel like... I don't know, what's the word? Like, I don't know. There's some like you could read between the lines, I guess, or something, I don't know. I don't know what the word is for it. Something having like a double meaning and everything. Or whatever. You'd like read it both ways. Anyway. I guess let's just do the next mission. Let's, it doesn't really matter. Let's go with this one first. Let's try to defeat the Crown Macula. And it's funny how, like, both of these people, they had the Pluto and Saturn, they both have, like, cool, like, prototype robots. And we're the ones with the rusty one, still, These guys get, cool toys, and we're just old and rusty. Luna-Terra cancel the launch. There are new orders. Really? I thought they were very insistent about this mission, and it's a good idea, so I thought I'd do it. The new orders are Candle's Grace's superweapon has contacted the base already. Send anyone except for Luna-Terra there immediately. Ah, I see. Well, prep the Mayor Christian for launch. Luna-Terra, even if I have to say something if you disobey an order right in front of my face. But you don't disagree, or you just stop me instead of saying something. A certain degree of questioning orders from the top is allowed, given who's in charge, obviously. Alameda is just a foolish princess. If Kratos Graces is using that new weapon, that's all the more reason not to send randos who wouldn't stand a chance against it. You fundamentally misunderstand Memorial Foundation, Luna-Terra. Alameda leads the recovery effort because no one else is fit. Only that naive, conceited, foolish girl has the love required to bring humanity back to Earth. Naive, one-sided, and unself-aware love. Nevertheless, that's exactly the love that's required. It's for us to interpret the fundamental impulse in a way that will ensure strategic advantage. So I ask you, does love motivate your actions? Or are you just that eager to find someone to shatter you into orbit? Your connection with that pilot, and I don't think I don't know about it, and who she is, which is it? Guilt or love? Will you let me go if I say I need to see her to know? I would advise against it. Her love might be stronger than ours. That's possible. All the more reason you shouldn't get near it. Oh, let me take that risk. Fight until we forgive each other, or make up and forget. I mean, again, this is just, at this point, this is just a relationship. This is a dating sim, if you didn't know. This is a dating sim disguised as like a robot anime, I don't know. Like a mecha anime. Make up forget, I'll fight until we forgive each other. Well, I'm gonna stick on my path, you know. I'm gonna stay loyal to the Memorial Foundation. Again, I don't know what that means. How we like, it seems like, you know, each of these are the same anyway. But somehow, you know, making up and forgetting, you know, moving on, I guess, makes us more loyal to the Memorial Foundation, I guess. Sure. Memorial Foundation. Let's stay loyal. That might actually lead to a bad end, though. I don't know. Well, the balance shifts because Luna-Terra didn't hesitate, and neither did Pluto. Fourth planet from the sun, Ares, romantic red planet. It was the first planet the space colonization program wanted to make ours, and they wanted it to be so beautiful. Did they get their wish? It was a beautiful dream, but still a dream. By the time Earth had demanded space program pull back, they were stuck. Still halfway there after so many years, yet getting halfway there got them something beautiful, even if it wasn't enough. Where life grows, and it doesn't grow most places, it's in the spring yellow-green that never could quite get to summer. Tenacious weeds spread all over the planet that will never be called Mars. Even they can barely breathe. It's kind of weird, like, I mean, I guess the idea is that it's not Mars, it's Ares now, you know? They renamed the planet. They renamed all the planets, I imagine. Or something, I don't know. Well, all stubbornness keeps life on Ares, and they would not even be able to endure if Kratos' graces didn't patiently tend to them. They spew pollen uselessly into the air, and between them and the too thin atmosphere, breathing, where it's possible, is hard. The fate of the fourth planet from the sun, even prettier now, and just as useless to humans. Pluto has flown past the canyon she's concealed in 3 times already. It's been a perfect shot every time. At noon, even if the sun's shining directly on her, the flowers and weeds and the pollen keep her hidden. I keep missing, I guess. Keep shooting at her if it doesn't work. Should Luna-Terra squeeze the trigger or not? Or maybe we didn't shoot yet, but we're trying to aim, but then she keeps, like, disappearing, maybe? And what else is Luna-Terra supposed to do? How can she dare take that shot with Pluto looking so beautiful? How can she not? Why is she trembling like that? Does she know? No. Luna-Terra realizes she's the one trembling. If you can stop me, I believe in you. I'll give up on everything, but I know you trust me too much. Pluto said that. She might even be saying it right now, knowing that Luna-Terra has the perfect shot. If you're not sure if you're right, I'll be the one to test it. I believe we can have a home in space, and there's no way to bring them back to Earth. You believe we can bring home to Earth, and there's no way to have it in space. I believe in us. We'll figure it out. Yet it's impossible for Luna-Terra to look at Pluto in the Chronomacula, big as the universe, and think it's better for her to not have that. For Luna-Terra to keep thinking, I'm freeing her for something terrible and bringing her home. So Luna-Terra fires. Before she has a chance to decide whether or not to fire, she pulls the trigger. Without considering or having a chance to choose one way or another, her body seizes the opportunity, makes the decision for her, the one they agree to without doubt. Luna-Terra will betray herself every time. Pluto's exposed left tidal reactor shudders and shakes. Oh, I should have seen that coming, shouldn't I? The resulting tidal resonance will be catastrophic unless she shuts both reactors off and reboots instantly. She does, of course, and worries about the ship and the whole world and Luna T and doesn't hesitate. Even though that's clearly the plan, the minute she'll take rebooting will have her plunging into the ground and maybe too damaged to power back on. And so Luna-Terra dashes to catch her before that. Again, Luna-Terra is the last to know. She's doing it before she decided if she should do it or not. A coward who cannot commit at heart at least commits to not committing. Okay? Commit to not commit, let's commit to not committing. I'm thinking about how contradictory or ridiculous it is. Pluto's comms are off, so she doesn't have to yell at Luna-Terra about why this is so stupid, or how she needs to grow up, or do anything but fall and be secretly happy she's still charmingly stupid. The Mare Chrysium looks very funny, trying to catch a ship this much bigger than her. Her engines flare, strain, start to break from trying to slow the fall. Her wounds bleeds freely. A tattered, tangled mess, falling down too hard, crumples in the weeds of Ares, nestles in the canyon bottom. It may not be a livable planet, but it's a soft one. It's hard to breathe for very long, but it feels nice to lie in, ship or body. Sometimes it feels like nothing could be worth giving up a ship, but this isn't so bad. Luna T. Luna T, are you awake? Yeah, everything hurts a lot. I gave you some painkillers. You need more? You can just do that? You just give, like, painkillers? Do these, like, giant robots somehow? I don't know how it works. I can't fly on them. You're not gonna fly without them either, Luna T. Your engines are melted. Oh, right. I thought I did something stupid, but I can't remember what it was. It was a breathtaking sequence of poor decisions. When I said I wouldn't be satisfied or forgive you until I fought you on Ares, I meant when I kicked your butt. Kicking your own butt doesn't count. As usual, sorry. You want me to move? Why? You want to get up? Waking up with my head in your lap feels like you're rewarding me for shooting you down. You can be mad if you want. It was weird. Like, yeah, it's kind of like a head lap or whatever, you know? Head on a lap. But also they're giant robots. That's one thing. This is another. There's just nothing else to do of you. You did the right thing, or tried to. And then you did the right thing again, or tried to. You wanted to do the best thing for you and me, but you couldn't decide what it was. There's nothing I can say to that. And it's already done, so just lie there, or just lie there already. I might not get another chance, you know. You can hold so much. I've been all every time. You're the size of the universe. You see everything and everyone, and you hold all of it. Everything's precious. Everything's worthy of you. I'm not. I can't. I'm small. I'm small and scared. Smaller and more scared than you. Don't say I'm not. Okay? I won't. Never again. I'm sorry. You're small. You're just you, after all. You have to mean it. You're huge to me, okay? That's okay, I should be. I hear everyone and I can't ignore it. It feels like I'll die if I do. It hurts too bad. I listen to your voice more than any other. Your heart is more important to me. Isn't that proof I'm selfish too? I'm going to fight with everything I have for those voices, even against you. I just know that no matter what, we're not going to get what we want. If I let myself slip, I'll trust in your future instead. I know we can't beat Memorial Foundation. So I can't afford to blame you. I can't do anything if I can't trust you. This is so anime. Why? This is so anime. Anyway, it's way easier to hate me. It's what normal people do. I love not giving you that satisfaction, Lunati. And you really should give up on me ever being satisfied with happiness just for me. Sure. I know as well as you there's no welcome waiting for us on Earth. I don't know if we'll be happy there, but I couldn't live with that without... Well, if you get a miracle, I won't find that either. My heart isn't big, but if you ruin the Memorial Foundation, I forgive you. I mean, who wouldn't? I too want to be free of Earth. To be free of 9.8 milliseconds squared forever. Is that? I mean, imagine that's like, I guess, a formula for gravity or something. I don't know. Are you really sure? I think even that victory would be impossible even if we win it. But maybe you actually have more faith than me. I think we might not make a happier world. But you can learn how to be happy anywhere, even Earth. On Earth, we were tied down by the weight of the world. I won't go back to that, even if I go back to Earth. There are two ways to do that. Make a home where we set the rules, or bring a new law of gravity back home. If only all of us were as precious and powerful as the planet. But I can take the shape of the world requires of me, but that's all we get. That's not true. For you, especially, it isn't true. You were the one who didn't let Earth's gravity choose your body. I wouldn't have been able to choose if you hadn't shown me. Here, choose your body? How's that work? That's a victory they can't take back from us. Like, what do you mean by choose? Do you mean those special powers? You know, the whole like piloting thing. You know, where you talk about like literally you can choose your own physical manifestation. Rescue will be here soon. You're almost a real adult, Luna-T. I wish I was close as you. Well, everything's really cryptic, so that was really cryptic conversation for me. Anyway, now I understand why some people have like because most of the Steam reviews of this game pretty like overwhelmingly positive, but the one criticism that some people have is like actually it's a little hard to understand. So I get that now. I get that now. Well, Declassify Records Leak, Operations Commander Europa. My kids are idiots, and also they're not my kids, and also they're not kids anymore. Please stop calling them your kids. When they are my students, they're not my children. I'm not being pedantic. Pedantic. I'm not doing it to avoid being attached. I'm already more attached than this mess. Don't encourage it. You're grown-ups and also fools. Mars is the most genius pilot, but she's just as much as a fool as everyone else. She does nothing but cry and complain and win effortlessly, effortlessly, like a real hero. If she was a boy, they would call her that, and you wouldn't be asking me who the best pilot is. You just know. Only in space will that girl be allowed to be a hero. She deserves her moment in the sun. She might win the war for us single-handedly. Anything else that isn't her story will just be a blip of fate off in the sky. Rest easy. She's going to win the day. When the others interfere, they're not going to steer the course of the future any more than a little bit to the left or right of the course that Mars is sailing. I'm not going to interfere. Valuing their independence is important. They'll be adults soon, and they won't be anyone's kids. Insists on the comparison, it will become clear how far we are from fulfilling that role for them. For my part, I don't wish to forget their limits of what we can do and who we can be. Though yes, as a matter of fact, I am tired of them calling me Dad. Dad. Okay. I remember in the, text messages, don't call her Mom. Also, don't call her Dad? I don't know. Who is Europe? I don't know. I'm just very suspicious of Earth. Is everyone just hive mind AI or something? I'm still suspicious of that. Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Secular Astrology Explained, Part 1. Achieve the message retrieval, Pilot Mars. Yeah, they're mentioning Mars. I mean, they mention like Ares as like the planet, of the Mars we know in real life. But I guess there's also someone called Mars. I mean, that's why there's Pluto and Saturn, right? Because everyone's named after a planet. I guess Luna-Terra, isn't that? I mean, I guess that's also like a planet? Or maybe... What is Luna-Terra? Luna-Terra. Is it like a moon? Maybe? I don't know. Actually, don't know. Luna-Terra. Well, I don't know why you suddenly asked about this, and I'm not the person who knows anything about it, but sure, I guess. I learned all this from Pluto, so you could just ask, sir? Or too nervous, huh? I see right through you. Well, because I feel sorry for you, I'll tell you all about it, okay? Venus, Luna-Terra, and Mars are the interpersonal distances. If Venus is the breath of the body and Mars is the blood, Luna-Terra is the flesh and represents the skin-to-skin distance. That's why it represents family. The Earth and the Moon are different, but they're also parts of the same thing, a two-in-one. Certainly, the moon also represents something different, but it's also a part of us. When you think of it as a dark side, you forget that it's composed of your own same flesh. It's not your mirror, it's your back. Okay, so I assume this is like, it's astrology. Like, I always like mix up two words, astrology and astronomy. I always mix up. I assume astrology, is the one with the star patterns, whatever, borderline like just like fortune telling, I guess. Or is it the other way around? Because astronomy, I think, is the one where we actually, just calculate where all the stars are in the universe or something. But, or is it the other way? I don't know. Anyway. Mars is the beneath the skin distance, and that's blood, but it's also, well, the ways that humans communicate, not skin to skin, but beneath skin. Get it? Don't make me spell it out. That's the reason for fucking and fighting to feel really similar sometimes. That reminds me of Nier Automata, actually. There's like a side quest that involves that. Anyway, well, it doesn't involve fucking, but anyway. Pluto said the other day, it's like you two only know that one language, that's the only one talking you ever do in it. The solar system maps out the human body, and by colonizing the planets, a greater human body will exist. The sun as the inseparable totality of it all. That's the philosophical justification, but it's kind of romantic, right? Well, maybe it's kind of fake, though. Okay, so it's kind of like this weird thing where instead of like seeing patterns in the stars, now we're seeing planets, and the entire solar system, once we like control everything, it'll create harmony or something. I don't know. Oop. Another mission we can do. What's in the comms? So I have to ask, how do you really feel about me coming back to Memorial Foundation? You were a loyal and efficient ace pilot for Memorial Foundation for the entire Cold War, against our alien and ultimately irrelevant existential threat from beyond the system. Then you were perfectly loyal to the pilots left adrift by the decommissioning of the pilot program and the colonization project. Now you're perfectly loyal to Memorial Foundation again. You haven't betrayed our side at all. That's a generous reading. You've betrayed plenty of love-struck pilots, but your political loyalty is impeccable. So even if Halime doesn't trust or forgive you, I welcome your return. That's not going to be a problem, that she doesn't? Oh, she welcomes your return the most, but keep on your toes. That one I don't have any questions about. Keep your friends close and your exes closer. Except if you're still not suspicious of me for betraying Memorial Foundation, how about her? Oh, that I'll be mad at both of you about for a very long time. Please don't worry about it, however, as you have both made each other suffer more than enough to make up for your youthful indiscretions. Honestly, the two of you hooking up to somehow get at me was the most hilarious part, as you ended up punishing each other more than I ever could have. Can we talk politics again? Don't talk relationships. I think I get the picture already. That's not to say that the two of you still don't have a lot of lessons left to learn from the experience. Once I'm sure you've learned them, your punishment will be over. I'm certainly very interested about hearing factions again. Oh, on that note, I'm not as worried. Just remain true to what you really believe in, Luna-Terra. 37%? Very loyal? We are very loyal. Keep saving, like so. How many save slots do we have? We have like a million. No, we're not a million. Quite a few. Okay, let's continue. 400mm kiss. Memorial Foundation deploys a certain sniper to stop escape and resupply routes to the resting Celestial Mechanics fleet. All Slider needs to do is stay out of trouble, but what's the chance of that? Very small, I guess. Guard duty in Olympus City. Command is worried that the Celestial Mechanics unit might try to escape while the fleet is launching, using the cityscape as cover. And they've just given up on catching them on Ares. Their only hope is them being that stupid. It's a ruined husk, and even Kratos' Grace isn't clinging to it, like they cling to even the faintest sign of life on Mars. Excuse me, Ares. Well, it's boring, pointless work that no one wants to do, and it's gonna make me wonder if someone's actually mad at me. You let the prototype escape, Luna-Terra, and the most generous assumption is incompetence, which from you they have a hard time buying. That's not fair, I'm plenty incompetent. They should know that by now. You're only incompetent in the ways you wish to be. That's an awfully profound way to call me lazy. If you were simply lazy, you wouldn't go out of your way to find so much trouble to get in. And that's the reason why this assignment is so disastrous as a punishment. Boring you is dangerous. I learned that very early on in your career. There's no way to make you sit still. Oh, maybe I'll try it this time. There's this good sniper spot with a view of the whole city. I won't move from there. Why does it sound less like you're promising to behave, and more like you're gonna brag about how much trouble you can get in without even moving? Well, either way, they're sure to put me back in the front, right?
Saturn gets no-scope by Luna-Terra. 360 no-scope. Oh yeah.
The balance shifts because Luna-Terra could hold still and Saturn couldn't. Correct for gravity, it's unsettlingly weak. Correct for the cold blue starry daylight of the fragile Ares atmosphere. Sniping from the remains of the capital spire is like being just an eye and a trigger finger, a thrilling place for Luna-Terra to fight. Correct for wind, it's skittish and powerless. Correct for gravity, there's still too much of it. Correct for the nuances of this infant planet that will never be. Skirting along the abandoned roads of the city that never was is like being an exposed nerve, a thrilling place for Saturn to fight. I see you. Luna squeezed the trigger for the 17th time. 17 times? The cover couldn't protect string of pearls from Luna-Terra's eyes, and sure can't protect her from a trigger finger. Engage reactor. Initiate inertial control. The slug whizzed right by Saturn, and that's 7 times dodged, the 4 shrinking holes in her chassis, marching closer to the string of Pearl's heart. Mark what happens when she doesn't. Getting shot still sucks, and Saturn isn't used to it. Yeah, but isn't her robot have infinite healing? You know, it's kind of cheating. You know, he just gets shot a million times and doesn't do anything. That one was so close. That was really, really close. Tell me I'm getting better, right? No way it's just luck. You've gone from getting hit all the time to getting hit half of the time. That's better, but what you want is to be hit none of the time. Don't tell me what I want. Maybe I love being shot. You wouldn't be the first. Wow, weird. You must fight some really problematic people. Some pilots find interesting ways to pass the time. I kinda get the appeal. What else is there to do? If you didn't love getting shot so much, you wouldn't run around space shooting each other. If that's true, why did you come here to fight? If that's true, why did you come here? There's nothing left to fight over on Ares for anyone. Give me one thing to do more fun than look in the mirror and get shot at. Someone has to do the shooting. Now tell me what position you favor, but doesn't answer my question. Again, it's a lot of sexual implications anyway. Especially when we're interacting with her. It's just everything is just a sex joke. I can't not read it as not sex jokes. I'm taking evasive maneuvers. If I dodge the next one, answer my question. I won't answer the first one, but I'll answer a different one. If you dodge. Saturn gets quiet. She gets so still. Her heart is thumping, her reactor is thrumming with resonance. It's obvious Luna-Terra's sniping her from the tower, the city's last and tallest building. But now, suddenly, she isn't so sure. She isn't sure if she knows where Luna-Terra is, or if she knows anything about her at all. What did her face look like again? It. It's not that Saturn wasn't on the ready, she's baiting. She knows exactly what she's doing. Luna-Terra just guessed for the 1/2 second where Saturn wasn't ready and slipped her a solid light bullet in that space. The shot lands right in the throat. For a moment, Saturn is just, I'm dead, but she's not. Then she hurts so bad she wants to die, but she's just mistaking the very different thing the string of pearls feels instead of that. So, I mean, maybe that was a thing in Neon Genesis Evangelion. This might sound like blasphemy, but I never actually went through the entire anime of Neon Genesis Evangelion. But I think in that anime, the robots kind of feel, what happens to them, through the pilots. So I guess this is to symbolize the fact that a robot got shot in the throat, but she's still alive. She just feels like she got shot in the throat and everything. It's not really pain, but it's a feeling so overwhelming it shuts Saturn down like pain would. It's fascinating, full of information. Luna-Terra, you're not doing a very good job convincing me not to try and get shot. Okay. Very thrilling to get shot, I guess? I don't know. I've heard that before too. You sure are having fun. What makes you think that? Wanna know how I know? When correcting for gravity, the impression you leave in space feels a little for a second like... Well, someone might say it's like an eye roll, but I think it's kind of like a giggle too. Maybe that counts as a hit. You don't win cat and mouse games by batting every time a head pokes out. Except somehow you do. You're good at making people not follow their own better instincts. You shouldn't be getting me to teach you to fight fair. You do much better like this. Oh, thank you. I don't fight fair because I have absolutely no idea how to fight. But this is why I hate you, Luna-Terra. You just don't get it. I want to beat you at something you're good at. You're really tough. Now you're sniping, which you can't stop me at. But how you're totally impenetrable. You're doing something tricky. What are you doing? It's still my question, my hit. That's the rules. Why are you here? Firstly, because I refuse to ever be bored, just like you. Secondly, wiping that smug expression off your face is my deepest desire, so teach me how to weed through your fire and stick my claws in you. What's the third reason? Not telling, I already gave you one for free. Nice dodge. My question then... Okay, it's like 20 questions, or at least... It's kind of like truth or dare, you know? But anyway. Dodge a real one first. Luna-Terra fires and Saturn leaps forward, directly into it. The bullet misses, her tail sparks, and she thrusts through the atmosphere. How's that? Good work. But you have to keep it up. Luna-Terra lands a bullet straight through her legs and Saturn crumples. But the moment her limbs heal, Saturn leaps again. She's ready for the next bullet, but not the one behind it. But that one's a clean shot right through her. No stopping power at all, and she leaps through again, and is gone in the rubble before Luna-Terra can land another shot. Is that more dodges or more hits? Counterpoint. Here's my opinion on getting shot so far. It fills my brain with overwhelming information and barely stops me from doing anything at all because I'm in control of an impossible space war machine. So can you actually say you really hit me? Flawed argument. Really disappointing, and I was expecting a lot better. Am I losing? Can I ever lose, no matter how much you shoot me? I don't think so. I don't actually think so. This machine's never going to lose. You can pin me down, you might be so much better than me I couldn't beat you in a million years, but I will keep trying and beat you of dumb luck. Maybe that's true. You never hit me. Why are you here? Did you know that there's a theory that ship cells can't actually be destroyed? You can break as much of them as you want, but the gravity engine will always pull it back into shape. As long as you're sufficiently tenacious, you can survive anything and try again until you get it right. What happens if you I don't know. Like what happens if you destroy a cockpit though, you know? Can't you destroy the person inside the machine, or I don't know. No. So you do get what this machine is for. My least favorite person in the world came up with that theory, and this is the ship cell to test it, so naturally I know all about it. But it's true that no one has died. That's why they get to say that there's no war, still no war in space. Interesting. Is that I guess that's the lore, which is weird. Okay, so the other people that got murdered, I got, Pilot A and Pilot B, they weren't really murdered. I guess, they survived, so no one really dies, apparently. Kind of like I don't know, kind of like a game, It's less of a war, more like a sport. Because no one really dies, so you can just do it over and over again for fun. Dodging my question again. But in practice, wrecking a ship's self until both the pilot and the ship give up is indistinguishable. Because you can become so broken, continuing is impossible. Even if they can't kill you, you can be changed. Okay? Can't kill you, but they can probably cause mental damage. Again, like how Saturn can feel herself getting shot every time her, her ship self, I guess. I guess the ship cells are just, they're like metaphors, I guess, for they're like body or something. I don't know. They're their soul, maybe. I don't know. Or their mental health, or their mind, or something. But anyway, I'm trying to say is if you die a billion times or whatever, eventually might actually cause some real psychological problems, and you'll just go insane. I don't know, something like that. You think you can do that to me? Or is that what you want to have happen to you? I have to. To people who have much more fun with this than you do. This don't call it a war is nothing but play fighting. All it takes is someone not playing along to ruin it all. That actually gives a lot of context. Actually, I was wondering, like, what is this war, and why is it so weird? You know, why is everyone just having like relationships, you know, and just talking like it's an anime and everything? But yeah, it's because of like the fact that you can't kill anyone. Really, you can only like beat them down again and again, and maybe eventually they give up. But yeah, you can't really kill anyone. A solid light slug passes so close to Saturn's head the heat chars her face black, but is not a hit. She incremented to the left 0.05 seconds before the impact. Oh, you're getting better. It's definitely my question now. I'm still answering. A theory has not been disproven, it's more than likely true. But this is something you should know first. Your body can't be killed or destroyed, but it can be changed. When you are hit, truly hit, you're bent into a different kind of shape, and through that you can change. I think you should ask yourself if you're ready for that before you say you want to play with me for real. Speaking from experience, about that always bleeding wound on your ship self, it's not always a bad thing to change. Last one, if you can't dodge this, I don't think you're ready. Once again, Saturn fears Luna-Terra slipping away. She's not here, she's not anywhere, she never was. Once again, it's my hint. Electricity explodes from the target point and connects back to the origin. It starts from where Luna-Terra is, and when it connects back to Saturn, fast as light, the course correction defines the pathway retroactively. Wow. I'm an idiot. This is great. You're not supposed to be ecstatic about someone getting the best of you. That's my move. Sorry. But I was condescending before. Next time we fight, it'll be for real. What if I don't want to fight? Then that'll be real then too. Okay. So had like a weird like sniper battle, and then she finally caught up to us, I guess. Did like her thunder shock, you know, like a Pikachu. Okay, September 12, 1963. That's when the first and last artificial colony of the native sphere was completed. In a tranquil bowl of stable gravity at Lagrange 0.5, as a front line against existential threats, a training facility for a generation of humans adapted to flight in space. As a colony environment with the life, gravity, and culture necessary for human beings to live, thrive, die, and be born. With the hope that peace on earth would reign, we won this war in heaven. Heaven? Heaven will be mine? I mean, it's the title of the game. Without its pressure, water boils off our tongues, and we dissolve into component parts. Without culture, we forget the shapes we're supposed to have and turn inside out into something else. Out of necessity, we created a pressurized environment, exerting enough gravitational pressure to maintain cohesion, all senses in space, a ship self to ferry us through the world. They function only places where the gravity of humans is too light to sustain existence. Actually, when I think about it, ship self, by the way, it really is a JoJo stand. It's basically JoJo stands, except you're like in the stand, and the stand is very big. Anyway, it was doomed from the start. Of course they were jealous of the humans the Earth no longer wanted, flying on zero-G wings. Dr. Nix, Executive Director, Memorial Foundation, Existential Expansion. I guess that's also what Earth wants to do. They want to, like, you know, bring everyone back and, like, you know, be assimilated and also expand, I guess, Earth. Like, they do want to colonize the planets, but they want to do it after everyone, you know, gets together, I guess, is what they want. I imagine. The same goal, like, everyone has the same goal, I guess. But they want to achieve it in different ways. Except maybe, I don't know, I still don't know much about the Celestial Engineers. You know, if I do more of this game, well, probably will. You know, if I do another route, probably I'll do the one where explains more of the Celestial Engineers, maybe, or Celestial Mechanics or whatever. July 29, 1958. That's when the Memorial Foundation International Executive Committee was granted international authority, in the spirit of a unified human peace, and the verified presence of an existential threat outside of the solar system to establish a cultural, military, and scientific response to existential threats. No longer confined to Earth, a growing native sphere where gravity reigns forever. Safety, research, and expansion, three pillars of Memorial Foundation's space branch, will protect Earth from without as it has from within. Free from the old world's gravity, it will be possible to advance science, art, and culture. Again, culture always capitalized for some reason, without constraint, and join hands. All of Earth finally unified. For Memorial Foundation, protecting humans from other humans through peace on Earth and protecting humans from everything else through war in heaven would fulfill both of our agendas simultaneously. We really, foolishly decided we could do better. There are two errors to this approach. The first is that to do better in heaven is meaningless if it cannot be exported to Earth. The space program was never rejected by the surface, it simply did not have enough relevance to sustain interest. A second error is the eccentric error of the Memorial Foundation. The existential threat is intrinsic to humanity. You can fight it, but you cannot cut it out. The designation of alien is required by humans. We cannot trick an existential threat into a convenient manifestation. As it has always been, only humans can fulfill the criteria to be alien. Okay? Europa, Chief Officer, Memorial Foundation, Existential Safety. Again, this like weird existential threat, you know, as in like maybe it's like literally existential threat, but like in order to fight against it, they at first they designated it as like something alien to fight against, but then later on they decided actually, you know, maybe the existential threat caused like you know, that's what caused the different factions, right? Some of the people actually embrace the existential threat, and maybe that's the celestial mechanics. I don't know. Anyway, a lot of terms. I mean, that's sci-fi. I guess that's a lot like any story that's like science fiction. I guess is gonna have like a lot of terms that they're not gonna make sense. They're not gonna explain it. I guess just random terms that probably have meaning, but they're not gonna explain it until until the very end, or you just understand it from the context, I guess, you know. So I'll probably have to analyze it a little bit more later on, maybe, to understand what all these terms even mean. But I have my theories. Well, January 2nd, 1980, that's when they blew up the Lagrange colony. It was a real shame. It was a green, wet, and very peaceful place. And now it's a very cold, green, wet, and very unsettling place. It's where we did a lot of legitimately incredible things like create sustainable tidal reactors, new culture, experiment with human bodies and human development, human experiments, manufacture self-sufficient alter egos for space exploration, and then everything other than successfully combat the unknowable existential threat. Earth and the Memorial Foundation surface considers that a failure, but in truth, they're just not trying hard enough. Through gravity, humans decide what is real and what is not. Humans cannot make whatever they imagine come true. Through imagining, humans chart out what is true. They invent with human effort what exists. If an existential threat doesn't exist, we just have to make one. But of course, it doesn't work like that. Nothing could be more difficult than creating something alien. Our only reference points are humans, so the idea of something alien is unimaginable, because we cannot imagine outside of those terms. There's a certain degree of misunderstanding needed for humans to successfully classify something as alien. But before they blew it up, we got very close. Iapetus, Executive Director, Memorial Foundation Existential Research. I guess the research coming from like originally, again, they were trying to combat this so-called existential threat, but actually, you know, accidentally they just created all the other things. You know, they probably created these self ships, you know, from this research as well. Or ship cells, self ships, ship cells, ship cell. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, that's it. Yeah, that's what it is. A ship self is like a. I was trying to say before. It's kind of like a. Well, it's like an alter ego, I guess. What it is, like yourself, but you know, in a different form, and physically manifested. Manifested. I can't talk. I've done a lot of reading. Yeah. Done a lot of reading. My throat is dry. Let me just drink some water. Receiving report. Provisional acceptance of pilot mission completion. Incoming alert, all Memorial Foundation troops. Abandon Ares front line. All units immediately rendezvous with main fleet at the Pilot Academy Lagrange colony on the way to Celestial Mechanics Moon Base. Generating new assignments. Provisional assignment, special operations missions, secure Lagrange colony as possible. Launch point for Celestial Mechanics hit and run tactics. Okay. Pilot Academy Lagrange colony on the way to Celestial Mechanics Moon Base. Provisional assignment, special operation missions, destruction of obsolete Academy research technology before it falls into the hands of Kratos' graces. Provisional assignments will lose your penalty status. Indicate you have understood new orders. Those are new missions. We can visit the... Because when I see lag range colony, I see lag, lag range, as in latency. Lag range. Apparently the colony blew up. But I guess it's still there, it's just in ruins, I guess. So your orders, yes. Ready for gravitational catapult. Prepare to launch to lag range 0.5. Was that there before? Was that like... Maybe it was, I don't know. Because that's like, it's like it's a sphere. And the thing surrounding it, it's like a... It's how you describe it. It's a visual, a visualization of how gravity looks like. Isn't exactly like this, but it's how usually when you think of gravity, that's what it looks like. So maybe we're creating a black hole. I don't know. Or maybe that's just Earth. Was it always there? I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Let me save the game. New save, yeah.